Hello everyone, today I'm going to be checking out Saigon Blvd, which is a new Vietnamese restaurant that opened about a month ago in Cupertino. The restaurant has got a real cool trendy vibe to it, and I also saw some pretty interesting items on their menu, and I love myself some good Vietnamese food, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. So let's go, I am definitely hungry. I just made it here to Saigon Blvd, and the atmosphere in here is just unmatched. I really love the aesthetic of this place. All the decorations on the inside are really amazing. I also love that they have a call button here at the table because it reminds me of Japan. And I remember saying when I was in Japan, more restaurants in the US gotta add a call button to their table because it makes it so much easier to call over the server. And speaking of, I'm gonna press it since I haven't placed my order yet. They just came out with my drink, which is the sugarcane juice, and this is one of my favorite Vietnamese drinks. Oh, that is wonderful. To me, sugarcane juice is one of the most refreshing drinks. It just has such a light and refreshing flavor. Very sweet because it's pure sugar, literally. But I love how they mix it with tangerine juice because it really adds a beautiful citrusy flavor that's so nice. The first item I'm going to be trying out is their Jurassic F. This looks amazing. There's a giant beef rib bone in here as well as meatballs, but I first got to start by trying a broth, which is really the key of having a good pho soup. They got a really beautiful broth going for them here. It's really clear, as it should be, and it's got a really intense and rich, deep, beefy flavor. You just taste all the aroma from the meat because you can tell this has been cooking for hours, and there's a beautiful fragrance and crunch from all the green onions on top. This is a wonderful broth, and I love all the thinly sliced onions as well because they add a really nice freshness to this. Now I'm just gonna go for this giant beef rib. This looks incredible. I mean, this is just an awesome sight. Wow, this is awesome. I just feel like a caveman eating the meat off of this giant beef rib. It is so awesome. And I love how it's cooked on the side. You can really taste how it's char grilled. It's got a real nice crispy charred exterior, and then they slather it in a sweet hoisin sauce, so it's really nice and caramelized and a little bit sticky, and then it just soaks in the flavor of the broth, and the meat is so fatty and tender, it just falls right off the bone. This is a must try. There's also beef meatballs in here as well. The meatballs are really nice and fun to eat as well. They got the perfect bouncy and chewy texture. They're really fun to eat. And I love the flavor as well, nice and meaty, and it has a bit of a white pepper flavor as well, which adds a really nice aroma and flavor to it. And of course, we gotta give the noodles a try. Oh, the noodles are perfectly cooked as well. Really nice and silky smooth with just a little bit of a bite as well, and it really just absorbs all the flavors. I mean, I taste the onions, I taste those meatballs in there, like that white pepper flavor, and then of course I taste all that caramelized sauce that's on top of this giant beef bone that's just mixed into the broth and been absorbed by the noodles. Now that I finished off our soup, I'm going to move on to some of our appetizers. These are their sticky wings, and these look like little tiny chicken wings covered in a nice sticky sauce. Oh, these are irresistible, crunchy morsels. I love the texture of this. It's got a perfect, thick, crunchy shell, and then juicy, tender chicken. And the flavor is just addicting. It really has that continuing, really nice, sweet, sticky, caramelized flavor. And I love that the fish sauce isn't too overpowering. It just adds a very subtle and rich umami flavor. And then I love all the flavor of the garlic on here as well. It's really nice and garlicky. I've been really looking forward to this item since I saw it on the menu. This is their Cajun soft shell crab, and I love soft shell crab so much, and I almost never see it on the menu because it's so rare, and I'm surprised that they have it. It comes with a little bit of Cajun dipping sauce on the side, but I want to start by just trying it plain because it's already deep fried and perfectly crispy. This is some awesome soft shell crab. If you've never had it before, you gotta try it. What's so amazing is the shell on this is edible, so I just crunched through the little legs and they're really crispy. It's just like a seafood chip. It's got a real nice briny flavor and then a perfectly thin batter on the outside. And then as you bite into the main part of the crab, it's just like a mouthful of sweet, tender, melt in your mouth meat. I just gave the crab a dip in their Cajun dipping sauce, and this looks really buttery and delicious. At least I think it's better. Oh, dipped in the sauce, the soft shell crab is amazing. The sauce just tastes like a melted, spicy garlic butter with a little bit of sweetness. Pairs perfectly with the crab and really adds that extra flavor. And just eating all these little crabs makes me feel like a giant evil sea monster. Now I'm going to be trying out their grilled chicken plate. This just looks like a beautiful Vietnamese style grilled chicken served with a little bit of rice as well as egg cake on the side. I want to start off with the chicken, of course. This is a really addicting cut of chicken. They use a really nice fatty chicken thigh for this dish, so it literally just melts in your mouth. All the fat is just really nice and flavorful. But the sauce itself is very subtle and mild. It's just a little bit of a soy-based sort of marinade, but it's not too intense. But I love that it comes on the side with a little bit of rice that's topped with fried shallots, because that is just classic Vietnamese food, and you really can't go wrong with a little bit of rice and chicken. Now I want to go for their Vietnamese egg cake, and this looks really nice and fluffy, and it's filled with a little bit of clear vermicelli noodles. Oh, this is really nice. It's beautifully buttery and fluffy. The texture is just awesome. And then I love all the noodles in there. You get the texture of vermicelli noodles, and there's also a little bit of wood ear mushrooms just to add a little bit of extra chew. And I just love this flavor because again, it's slightly peppery and it's just really fun to eat. I also ordered their beef short rib plate, and I'm looking forward to this because you can never go wrong with Vietnamese beef short rib. I am definitely noticing a trend with their meats. They just use the most fatty, delicious cuts of meat. This is a really nice fatty cut of beef short rib, and it's really just caramelized. Like all that fat just gets a little bit crispy as it plays on a grill. And again, a really nice charred flavor. And this one is definitely heavily marinated. It's just coated in a sweet, savory, sticky sauce. And then I love all those green onions on there. This one especially, you gotta have it with a little bit of rice because it's a really heavy dish. And I do appreciate that they add some veggies on the side like cucumbers, tomatoes, and pickled vegetables because you're gonna need it for this dish. My final dish that I ordered is their pork skewer plate, and I love how they leave it on the wooden skewer, and it almost looks like a street food of sorts. This has got to be my favorite grilled meat dish they have here. If you're gonna get a grilled meat plate, make it the grilled pork skewers. I love the way they cook their meat because they kind of fold the meat onto the skewer, so it's got a really nice large surface area, so it gets really crunchy and crispy on the outside. Love the thick char, definitely a lot crunchier than the other ones, but then again, you already know the trend. They use fatty, delicious meat, so it's so succulent and juicy, and again, so much flavor. I feel like all the sauce just soaks into the folds and crevices of this. It's amazing. I had a great first experience here at Saigon Blvd. I really enjoyed their dishes, and I can see them being here for a long time. Some of my favorites included both the appetizers. I loved those sticky chicken wings. Those were awesome little crunchy morsels. And then the soft shell crabs are also a must try because it's really rare that you find them on a restaurant menu, and you've got to try soft shell crab. Also, if you're in the mood for a hot bowl of soup, you you gotta try the Jurassic F. I really love how they do it with that giant grilled beef rib on the side. It just goes really nice, especially dipped in the soup. It is just pure heaven. And then if you want a barbecue dish, you gotta try out the grilled pork skewers. They're really delicious. I just love the crispy flavor and texture, and they're just awesome overall. If you're looking to check out a new trendy spot in Cupertino, you gotta try out Saigon Blvd. You're gonna love the unique take on Vietnamese food. Anyways, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did, give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.